welcome to Win the Day. I am with you guys every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. And today is my first day doing live on Instagram. I have you guys over here. Facebook is over there. So if you see me looking in different directions, it's because I have multiple devices going on. But either way, I'm addressing something that is super fun and scary because I talk to a lot of new to business every day. I am Tanika D'Souza, the 100K Challenge Chick, and I am on a mission to help women entrepreneurs break the 100K income ceiling. More of us need to be making more money, especially when we put ourselves out there to run our own businesses. So I am helping women really understand their options in business, understand that you definitely have the power to customize your entrepreneurial journey, and for you to stop trying to make everybody else's plans work for you. Create the business system that is going to work for you. That's my big philosophy. So if any of you have been following me for a while, actually, let me just shout out all of you who subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yay, thank you so much. And for those of you who are listening through the podcast, which is 100K Challenge Chick, you can find that podcast anywhere that you listen to podcasts. So what are we talking about today? Today, we're talking about taking that first big step. That is usually such a scary place for people who are new in business because you feel like, oh my gosh, the minute that I do this thing, everything is just going to like go crazy. I'm going to have so many people. I'm not going to know what to do. And you're going to just be thinking like, oh my gosh, how do I handle it all? Well, what most people realize is once they take that first big step, it's like, okay, I made it to this part. Now there's plenty of other decisions that I need to make. So I want you guys to start realizing that as a business owner, you are choosing that you're creating the path. You can't sit back and wait for things to happen. You have to make it happen, right? And often that is taking that first big, scary step. For some of you, that's going to be buying a piece of equipment. I have one of my newest clients. He's in film. I watch some of his videos. I mean, I know he has a lot of equipment. And in the video world and with cameras and lighting and all of that, that could get really expensive. And so as a new business owner, a lot of times you get nervous or scared because you're nervous that, oh gosh, I'm gonna buy this equipment, it's gonna be expensive, and then what, right? But what you should be thinking is, all right, this is my first investment into this business. Let me make this decision. Let me make my life a little bit easier. Let me show up and be a professional by having the right equipment. So for some of you, equipment is the thing. That's your first big thing. If you're listening live with me on Instagram or Facebook, let me know what that big thing is going to be for you. And I'm going to name a few things. So if equipment is the thing that's going to like change the game for you, then write equipment in the comments. I want to know what you guys need or are kind of hesitant to do as your first big step. So equipment will be the thing for some of you. For some of you, you're even stuck at that stage of letting people publicly know that you're open. Some of you are so nervous to tell people that you are in business. And I get it, because especially if you have worked in another industry or people have started to know you for doing something else, you feel like they're going to tell me, or, people are going to be like, since when? Or, they're going to have something smart to say. But here's what I'm going to tell you. You have a right and the ability to rebrand. You can absolutely leave your 9 to 5 at any time that you choose and go on a limb and be a business owner like full time. So don't be nervous to tell people. Most of you absolutely will keep your 9 to 5, will manage your careers, even if you take it down to part time. But most of you are not going to do a full 180 turn from what you were doing before. So you have to start with letting people know this is what I do now, because they can't buy from you, they can't support you, they can't even learn about your services or products if you never tell them that you're in business or that this is what you do. So, as I mentioned, I have 2 things so far as first steps, and it could be equipment depending on your industry. It could be you publicly telling people, this is what I do, right? And then third, it could be you needing to invest in training and coaching, but spending money to help you get to that next place. So what I want to point out is, in business, there is no like surefire, you do this one thing and then automatically you've hit your $1 million or you've broken your 100K income ceiling just instantly, right? It takes a lot of smaller decisions and bigger decisions to get you to the income that you really desire, right? But you have to take that first step. You have to suck it up, be willing to take the risk, because that is what entrepreneurship is about. It's about taking risks for the sake of you building a business that you love, a business that you know will work, but you have to invest in it in some way. So for some of you, the training, I have some clients who are into real estate. You can't just jump out there and be in real estate. You probably need a real estate license. You need to join some kind of group, whatever it is, but you're going to make a financial investment in order to get into real estate, even if it's saving enough money to have for a down payment if you're doing flips. Whatever it is, you're going to invest something in learning and buying lists and, taking time off work so you can go see properties, whatever it is. For me as a business coach, I invested in my coaching. I invested in training. I invested in someone teaching me how to speak appropriately when I take a stage. I invested in clarity coaching to really define my business. So there's a lot of things that I had to invest in when I chose to become a business coach. It was enough, I guess, for me to know this is what I want to do. I have experience doing it. I've trained a lot of people. I've mentored several. But when I decided that I was going to go public and formalize this, I also formalized my training. One, because it gave me really great insight on how other people were coaching, how other people were leading groups, how other people were presenting their material in the form of workbooks and guides and worksheets. And so not only was I learning as a student, but I was also getting better as a coach because I was being coached in such a great way that it informed me of what I should do in my own business. So whatever it is, I'm encouraging you guys to take that first step. You're going to make a lot of decisions in business. So you have to start getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, with pushing past your comfort zone so that you can then make decisions and grow your business. I think I mentioned it before, but I literally had a client tell me that they were nervous to take a step or to do something because, how are they going to handle all these clients that were going to come? And they literally felt like the minute that I do this thing, I'm going to get flooded with like hundreds of clients. That is almost never the case, right? It's usually you have to do something consistently over and over for people to even recognize that you're doing anything, right? The advantage that we have right now is social media is free. You can set up a Facebook page, you can set up an Instagram account and start telling the world, telling people, using hashtags, whatever you want to use to gain exposure. But it's never going to be just your one post away from just floods and floods of people. Now, if you've laid the groundwork and you're in front of people and they're excited about what you have to offer, then yes, you are possibly one offer away from several clients. But there are very few cases where that first decision leads you to being so overwhelmed in your business that you can't handle it. So, in my experience, I should say the first business that I like really stuck to and saw it all the way through was my bakery. And I was nervous, you guys. We would what So first of all, this bakery was an idea of my daughter, right? My daughter is now 21. She was about 6 or 7 at the time. I was a stay-at-home mom with her younger sibling. She was starting school. And so she wanted to make unique desserts for special occasions. And I think she had that as her tagline, and she wanted to call it something that had like unique and special treats, something like that. So we started baking, and we were making all those little amazingly cute desserts like pedophores, and we were doing the little cupcake with the brownie inside that looked like a burger, and we turned sugar cookies into french fries and made like a little basket, and you'd get your hamburger and fries, but it was all like cakes and brownies and sugar cookies. We did a lot of stuff like that. We did cake pops. That is what absolutely put us on the map. So the way we started was, not only did we go public to tell people that we were doing this, but we would show up with desserts. So it was kind of interesting, but if you invited me to your party at that time, we would show up and have maybe the birthday person's favorite color in cake pops, or put their age on the cake pop or something. We customized it. And people were like, oh my gosh, those are so cute. Let me order some. I have a party next week, or I'm attending a baby shower, or I'm doing this. Let me get your number. And I said, sure. So I would show up to one event and leave with like 2 or 3 orders. And it happened over and over, right? I was still too scared to make bold decisions about this business, because I was just like, okay, I can handle the 2 or 3 at a time. And then I realized I had a calendar. And then I realized that I'm having people pick up, like I created pickup window times so that I could manage my house and manage the clients coming to pick up stuff. And I was still scared. Like, I had orders coming in. I was working with clients, but I was still nervous to take that first big step. And my husband was like, you need to like formalize this as a business. Like, you guys are doing this as hobby, it's cute, but you need to make sure that you formalize this and start running it like a business. And I was nervous. So the first big purchase for that bakery was a mixer. And not just any mixer, right? This is like a KitchenAid Pro Series, all the bells and whistles, but the one that's kind of the first or the smallest in the professional line, because I needed to still use it at home. I was still baking out of my house. And so I knew I needed the mixer, but I was so nervous to spend that money on a mixer, right? I don't know why. Like, telling the story, I want to kind of laugh at myself, but this is true. Like, this is what I went through. I was so nervous. So I didn't buy the mixer. I looked at the mixer. I didn't buy the mixer. My husband bought the mixer for me. And when I saw the mixer come, it arrived to my house, I was just almost to tears. And I was so excited and so proud and just excited to use it. Like, yes, like I'm kind of legit, right? And I don't know why I took so long to make that decision. I guess I was thinking, oh gosh, we're spending real money now on this business, because before, when I made something, I was going to get you a gift anyway. So that I just made that instead. And then when I got orders, the money that they paid me for the order paid for all the supplies and everything else I needed. And then there was some profit left over. So I never made an investment into the business. I never put out money that didn't have an immediate return, right? So this mixer was just like, oh my goodness. But let me tell you, that was just one decision that had to be made because shortly after that, we had to make a decision about moving into a kitchen. We had to make a decision about retail, right? Because we did grow this business pretty quickly, but that's because my family was already in food service. So I had a kitchen that I could go into. I had some ideas for retail, but within 6 months of us really making the decision to go into business and to go all in on this bakery, I had to make decisions about, okay, well, now that I'm in a kitchen, I need an oven. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how expensive bakers' ovens are. And I picked out what I liked. It was several $1,000s versus that mixer, which was probably several hundred, right? So I had to get comfortable making those decisions for my business because that is what was going to allow me to grow. So I made a few $100 decision, and then I had to make a several $1,000 decision, and then I had to keep making them because that kitchen, I had to outfit that kitchen for me. So I needed three-door fridges, I needed a stand-up freezer, I needed this, I needed so many things. And so we started working and making sure that we were putting ourselves in a place where not only was I making the decisions, but making them confidently and continuing to grow the business. Ultimately, we moved into retail. We opened our first mall within the first year of being open. And honestly, I think it was more like the first 6 or 7 months. We were in the mall. We shortly thereafter opened in a second mall. And eventually we franchised that business. So what I'm showing you and demonstrating is if you get stuck at the beginning, then you will never be able to see the full potential of what you could do. So I'm challenging you guys to make your first big decision about your business. Go for it, make the investment, use what you have, but also if there's a decision that has to be made, especially around money, make the decision. You have plenty of decisions to make. And the biggest thing that you're building by making that choice is your confidence as a business owner. That is so important because you're going to have to show up day in and day out to say, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm like putting my stake in the ground. And you have to just start practicing. I'm going to call it that decision making muscle, right? It's not comfortable at first, but once you get used to it, once you just say, okay, I need this equipment, I need this training, I need this business coaching, I need these things in order to grow, then do it and grow and challenge yourself to get to that next place. And when you get there, you may realize there's something else that I need, and that's fine too. Just continue to invest in your business. Continue to believe that this is going to work. I know in your head, you know it's going to work, right? You've written out plans in your notebooks, all of that. So now is the time to put some action behind what you've been thinking and what you've been hoping and wishing for. So that's my biggest thing. Taking that first big step is really your way of starting to build your confidence as a business owner. So part of why they call me the challenge chick is not at all about challenges. It's about me challenging you to pursue what it is that you know you're destined to do. A lot of you feel like you are gifted, you're talented, this is like your thing, but you don't go all in for it. So I'm challenging you to do it. I'm challenging you to go all in, to take that first big step. I would love for you guys to share with me what that is for you. what that is for your business. So put in the comments what that next big step is for you. I would love to support you guys through it. But ultimately, what I'm going to say is go for it. I mean, like for me in the mixer, let's say that I bought the mixer and got freaked out and couldn't do anything else. Well, now I have a really nice mixer for my house. So most often, even if you misstep, you're not making a real misstep. You're still learning to make decisions, figuring out what it is you absolutely need in your business, and you're still growing as an entrepreneur, which to me is like the biggest thing that you can do. So thank you guys so much for being with me. I am introducing you to my community, which is called the 100K Society. This is a community of business owners, and the entire point is for us to support each other, for you to continue growing your business in an environment that is designed to help entrepreneurs grow. So you will have coaching from me, legit business coaching. I've been in business for myself for over 13 years. I've done a number of different things, inclusive of running that bakery to a mid six-figure company, hiring a lot of years with over 100 employees. So I've done a lot of different things. We've even franchised that business. We were a franchisee. So a lot of the things that you're going to deal with in business, I probably have done it in some way. Outside of that is a roadmap. A lot of you don't know what you should be concentrating on, what you should be focusing on. So you're busy, but you're not productive. So that is another thing we do in the 100K Society. And then third is community. I just finished my 9-week coaching program. And one of the biggest things that the ladies didn't even realize was a huge benefit for their business is the fact that they knew they had this community to come back to every single week. They started to look forward to it. And even on weeks when they felt kind of low or not super encouraged, listening to how other people were building their business, listening to how somebody else applied that same exact lesson to their business inspired them in ways that help them to continue to grow. So that is the power of community. You can show up, you can encourage each other, celebrate with each other, but ultimately, if you ever feel stuck in your business, you have an entire community that will be there to support you, to help you. There was likely somebody there that has already done what you are planning to do. So I'm going to put the link in I should have did this before I started. Society, it's 100kchallengechick.com/society. That's the website. I want you guys to check out that community, join us. We are launching July 5th. We're having a big party for all the founding members. So make sure that you are a part of that community before July 5th so that you can join in on all the festivities. It's going to be right around Independence Day, and that is going to be your independence, your time of really celebrating being a business owner in an environment designed to help you win. So that is what we're doing. Challengechick.com. Okay, 1 second. Putting this on Instagram. Post. Yay. All right, so everybody has the link. Thank you guys so much for being with me this morning for Win the Day. I have a ton of these videos. You're welcome to go back on the YouTube channel, which is my name, Tanika D'Souza, or the podcast, 100K Challenge Chick, or just follow me on Facebook because a lot of the videos, are there as well. You guys have a great day, and don't be afraid to take that first step. I want to hear about it. Y'all have a great day. Bye.